Yo, YouTube, what is good, bro? Gang, what is good? We are back with another video. Welcome to another edition of the JRPG Roundup Show here on the channel, bringing all the latest and greatest in all JRPG news. So without further ado, let's stop straight into it, man. So, The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie will launch for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC via Steam, Epic Games Store, and GOG on July 7th, 2023 in the West. Publisher NIS America have announced. So this game is finally coming to the West, and this game finally has a release date of July 7th, 2023. So here is a brief overview of the game via NIS America. What destinies await these three faithful figures? Use the crossroad system to switch between Remaster, Lloyd Bannon's, and the Master Figure C, and determine the fates of key characters and locations within Zemuria. Dive into refined tactical combat with new features such as United Front, and discover new allies and challenges within the halls of the true Reverie Corridor. Where one trail ends, another begins. The intertwining fates of three figures in Zemuria will be decided in this climactic chapter of the Legend of Heroes series. Follow the footsteps of the war hero Remaster, the Liberator Lloyd Bannon's, and the Master Enigma C, and switch between each of their paths freely with the Crossroads system. Lloyd Bannon's, leader of the Crossbow Police Department Special Support Section, finds himself fighting for his city's freedom once again after Crossbow's independence celebrations are interrupted by the sudden reappearance of an old threat. Following the events of the Great Twilight, Erebonian hero Remaster and his students return to life at the branch campus. However, this fleeting peace is disturbed by the emergence of a new threat. When the former Governor General of Crossbow suddenly returns and lays claim to the city-state, four figures carry out a mission to investigate his actions. Their leader is C, a masked individual who seems to be using the same codename as the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, but to what end? So here are some of the key features of the game. A trio of trails. Experience 3 different story arcs and switch between them anytime with the Crossroads system. Plus, discover side episodes to fully flesh out the characters and the world of Zemuria. Reverie into reality. Enter the true Reverie Corridor, which allows you to encounter and recruit new characters from across Zemuria. Enter randomly generated dungeons to test your mettle and play a variety of minigames. Paragons of combat. Utilize arts, brave orders, and cunning tactics to prevail in battle. Master the new United Front system and harness the power of your entire team to decimate enemies while empowering yourself. So guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this game to drop, man. We finally have a Western release date, finally. This game actually did drop in Japan in 2020, so it has been about, what, 2 years now, I want to say, or 3 years it's going to be now, basically. So this game will be dropping in 2023. I cannot wait. If you guys are looking to jump into the Legend of Heroes series, I wouldn't recommend jumping in headfirst into this game because there'll be a lot that you will be confused with. So if you guys do want to jump into this series, I do recommend starting with the Trails of Cold Steel series from 1 to 4, because of course this game brings an end to the end of the Crossbow and Erebonian arcs of the game. So there are actually a lot of arcs within this game. You have the Liberal arc, which is the Trails in the Sky series, so that's pretty much where you want to start. If you want to get a big grasp of the Legend of Heroes games, you kind of want to start from there. Then we go into the Crossbow arcs with Trails from Zero. Basically, that game did release recently as well, finally, so you guys do have access to play that as well. And of course we have the Erebonian arcs, which starts with Trails of Cold Steel, sorry. So definitely, if you guys do want to jump into this game and kind of do want to get a feel for it, I would say this is a perfect time to jump into the games. It is a big time commitment as well to get into the series, but once you start, man, you can't put it down. This game is an amazing game. Sorry, this series is amazing as well. So if you guys do want to jump into it, I do recommend playing Trails of Cold Steel 1 to 4. And of course, definitely playing the Crossbow duology as well, which is 0 to Azure as well. And Azure will be releasing next year as well. So definitely pick up these games. Definitely try them out as well if you guys do fancy playing this game and do fancy getting into it as well. So for me personally, I cannot wait for this game to come out, man. I'm so excited. So that is the Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. Finally has a Western release date of July 7th, 2023. And yeah, man, I'm super excited. So let's move on to the next piece of news, man. So Atlas has detailed the new features that will be available in the upcoming console and PC ports of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, which include high resolution graphics, the ability to choose your difficulty level from the start, quick save, and an album feature for Persona 4 Golden. So the company have also announced that each game will cost around 1,980 yen in Japan, which is likely equivalent to around $19.99 US, which is around equivalent to £16 over here in the UK, which is actually not too bad, because I did think that they were going to charge round about full price for this game. I was thinking more on the £30-ish side, around £40 I think they were going to charge for these games, but actually that's a really good price for these remasters, so I definitely 100% will be picking them up. Persona 3 Portable mainly especially for me personally, because it's been so long since I played that game, and I do own Persona 4 Golden on the PC as well, and I do own it on the Vita as well, so I cannot wait for these games to come out. So here are the details about the new features that they have added to the game. So I will be leaving screenshots throughout this video, guys, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about as well. So smooth high resolution graphics. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden have been reborn from their original versions with high resolution graphics, allowing you to enjoy the game with vividly high definition visuals and smooth controls. Choose your difficulty from the start. The difficulty level that you are able to select from your second playthrough can now be chosen from when you start the game. Since difficulty level does not affect the development of the story, very easy or easier recommended for players who just want to enjoy the story. Quick save. In addition to save points, you can now save your game at any time with quick save. Album feature for Persona 4 Golden. A new function has been added to Persona 4 Golden which allows you to look back on previous scenes from the album in your room. You can also choose different answers from those you selected when you first played the scene. So moving on, we also do have some pre-order details for both of these games. So pre-orders are now available for Persona 3 Portable for Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch and PC via Steam and Microsoft Store, and Persona 4 Golden for Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch and PC via Microsoft Store. Both games will launch on January 19, 2023 for $19.99 individually or in a $39.49 bundle. Each title will also be available via Xbox Game Pass. So the games that are available to pre-order at the moment via each store. So of course in the Steam store you will only be able to purchase Persona 3 Portable, mainly because Persona 4 was already on the Steam store page. So moving on quickly, we have in the PlayStation store we have Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. In the Microsoft store we have Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden bundle. In Nintendo eShop we have Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden bundle. And like I mentioned, in the Steam store we only have Persona 3 Portable available, of course, because Persona 4 Golden was already available about 2 years ago. So for me personally, I'm so excited to play Persona 3 Portable again, man. It's been so many years since I last played this game. I do have it on my PSP as well, but of course it'll be so nice to play this game remastered with high definition graphics. I want to say as well that the quality of life features that they did add to the game as well are pretty nice as well. I cannot wait to replay this game again. I do want to say big shout out to Atlas as well, man, for not charging or not overcharging for these games. One thing that I will say is that a lot of these companies do seem to get away with charging full buck or full price for half-assed remasters, and that's one thing I don't usually say too much on this channel, but some of these remasters are half-assed a lot of the time and they do charge full price for it. But to see that they're not charging full price for it, and especially that they're adding both of them within a bundle as well, and mainly because they did release Persona 4 Golden as well on the PC as well a few years back as well. So now of course these games are available on consoles as well, on modern consoles. So it is actually nice to see that they did put in a bundle for a very reasonable price as well. So it's around $39 US. I believe that will drop in price in the UK as well. That'll probably be around 35, I want to say. I'm not too sure, my conversion is all over the place, but it should be around that price. But definitely I will be picking up Persona 3 Portable, probably not day one, but I will be picking up eventually, because there are so many JRPGs, as you guys know, so many JRPGs dropping in January. So I definitely will be taking my time and I will get around to it eventually. But Persona 3 Portable is one game that I'm definitely looking forward to playing a lot as well, especially so they've added some nice quality of life improvements for these games. So if you guys do want to pre-order these games, you are more than welcome to do so. These games are available for pre-order now, so I cannot wait for these games to drop. So that is Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden Remasters, which will be dropping on January 19th, 2023. So if this is your first time diving into the both of them, they're definitely worth picking up, especially for that price as well. So definitely mark this down in your calendars. January 19th, 2023. Definitely be on the lookout for both of these games. So let's move on to the next piece of news, man. So Idea Factory International will release strategy RPG Fairy Fencer F Refrain chord for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch and PC via Steam in spring 2023 in the West, the publisher have announced. So the game will be available physically for $49.99 standard and $99.99 for the limited editions. Wishlisting is now available via IFI's online store for the standard and limited editions. IFI's European online store pages will open at a later date. So here's a brief overview of the game via Idea Factory International. Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord is a tactical RPG directly connected to the story of Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force. Fang and the others run into a mysterious woman named Glace, who has the ability to brainwash other people with her song. Another woman named Flora joins their party, who also has the power of song. Two are known as muses and are able to boost or change other people's abilities with the power of singing. So here are some of the key features of the game. Final Fantasy Tactics, strategize to capitalize with an all-new tactical RPG battle system. Use terrain and objects such as rocks, boxes and grass to your advantage. Strategic positioning on the battlefield can raise your evasiveness or lower your movement speed, among other effects. Plus avalanche attack and fairized battle mechanics return. Fairies, fencers, furies and mooses. With the introduction of the two mooses, all new battle mechanics are at your command. Use the power of their song to buff allies or combine both area of effect boosts for an even more dramatic buff. But beware, enemies within the area can also benefit. Hidden fairies, locations and treasure. Break new ground with this fresh take on world shaping. With location shaping, use your collected furies by stabbing them in various locations of the world. Doing so can unlock items, hidden locations or even fairies. Activate a chain to stab more locations without using up your limited locate energy. All new story with multiple routes. Follow Fang and his friends through multiple routes in this all new story as they continue their search for furies in order to resurrect the goddess. Will you find harmony or dissonance when fate lies in your hands? So guys, I cannot wait for this game to drop next year. I do hope that we do get an official release date as well. Of course, it does say spring 2023 coming to the West, but I do hope that we do get an official release date for this game. I did actually play Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force, and that was a game that I really enjoyed. It did remind me a lot of the Neptunia series. If you guys are not familiar with those games, I will be leaving on screen as well so you guys can see as well. But I do recommend playing Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force. That was actually a really good game that I did enjoy. You could probably pick that game up super cheap. Now I will be leaving on screen anyway some links as well anyway, and probably down below in the description as well, so you guys can find out where to pick that game up if you've never played it before. This is actually a really chill game, really fun game as well, that I do implore people to play as well. I'm actually surprised that we are getting a sequel for this game as well. I was kind of off the radar with this game completely after I did play Advent Dark Force as well, so I had no idea this game was available in Japan. So I definitely will be picking this game up 100%. Definitely will be picking this game up. So that is Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord, which will be available for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch and PC via Steam in spring 2023 in the West. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So let's move on to the final piece of news. So Sting have announced Blaze Union's Story to Reach the Future remaster for Switch, iOS and Android. It will launch in 2023 in Japan. Blaze Union's Story to Reach the Future is a strategy RPG that first launched for PSP on May 27, 2010 in Japan. It serves as a prequel to Yggdra Union, Will Never Fight Alone, and was originally published by Atlas. So there have been no further details that were announced for the game, sadly. So guys, I know we don't have a lot of details regarding this game, but this article did catch my eye, mainly because of Yggdra Union. This game, it did say that this game would serve as a prequel to Yggdra Union Will Never Fight Alone, and I do remember playing that game on the PSP. That was one of my favorite PSP games growing up back in the day, man. That was an amazing game. It is a tactical RPG, by the way, if you guys are not familiar with it. Definitely do implore you guys to try it as well if you guys can emulate or whatever you want to do. Yggdra Union is a really good game, man. Really good game. It has some amazing sprite design. Atlas back in the day just had amazing 2D sprite design. A beautiful looking game as well, and a really fun game as well that I definitely do implore people to actually try. So I do actually hope that we get some more news on Blaze Union's Story to Reach the Future. I will be keeping my eye out for it 100%. It's actually nice that this game is releasing on a console, so it will be available on the Switch, of course, if you guys do not play any mobile type of games. So I'm hoping that we do get some type of Western release as well. I know this game is going to only be available in Japan at the moment. It says it will launch in 2023 in Japan. We don't have any more further details at the moment, but if we do get any more, I will 100% be covering it as well, because Yggdra Union was one game that I really loved back on the PSP. So definitely be on the lookout for that, and I will be covering more on this game. So that'll do it for this edition of the JRPG Roundup Show here on the channel, guys. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and also I really appreciate you guys' support all year on all of my videos, man. We are close to 250 subs. I hope that we can reach 250 subs by the end of the year. That would be amazing. But anyways, please like, sub, share if you're new, hit that notification bell so you get notified for my videos first, and I hope I can be you guys' #1 source for all JRPG news. So from me to you, this has been your bruv, the big bruv, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.